There we go. Okay. So when you're coming up with your 90-day marketing plan, you want to figure out the first thing is your marketing goal. So maybe it's going to be, okay, and usually that goal is centered around what is going to bring you that income right now. Like, what is going to be your income focus for the next 90 days? Okay. So for example, for me, I know that my income is going to be centered around getting out like the word about the membership and focusing on our What the Tech membership, doing ads, promotions, those kind of things. So what I'll do is I will literally write down that goal. So the concept of the goal is get more members, but the very specific like number that I want to hit in the next 90 days is 100 new members. Okay, so I'll write that down. And if you have like a more definitive number, I found that always helps when you're setting your goals, because otherwise it's too vague. So when we work with our private clients and we come up with their strategy, you know, they're like, oh, I need some more customers. Like when we work with local and small businesses, you know, and like dentists or chiropractors, we're like, okay, how many more customers do you want? Like, how many could you handle per day? And usually they'll have a number in mind. So if you figure out, you know what, I could do right now, maybe with 10 new clients, or maybe I just want to get my first client for something, right? So whatever that goal is, you want to write that down like definitively and keep that on hand for your 90-day content strategy. So that's the very first thing that you're going to want to do, is figure that out. Okay. So then once we're doing that, oh, do you have a question? Oh, I can't hear you. Unmute. I'm going to unmute you. Hold on. I think it muted you.
Oh, it's me. I'm sorry. I muted myself. Do you choose it by finances? Like, my goal is this much a month, or is it more of the amount of people that you want? So like, it's all depending on what you are offering? Because I know that I couldn't do 100 people with,
right,
you know.
Right. Yeah. So, so let's say if you are offering done for you services and you are like a solopreneur, that number would be vastly different than if we're working with a local or a small business. You know, they've got a team, they've got multiple people. So it's really, it's like personally variant. It's a personal variant. So it really depends on what number would make a difference for you right now, or, you know, like in the next 90 days, let's say. And then it kind of also will be like what's your marketing focus? It's going to bring that clarity and direction to your entire content strategy, how you show up online, the types of posts that you're going to be doing, your blog posts, your videos. All of that content is going to be centered around what your 90-day goal will be. So for example, if your focus is going to be, hey, I just, you know what, a couple graphic design clients or a couple of, you know, like VA clients would be able to allow me. When you're thinking of that too, it's usually, if you're just getting started, it's oftentimes it's, okay, how can I get closest to the number where I can like maybe quit my other job or get closer to having some more freedom, right? So whatever that number is. So for you, like if we were working together, I would say, okay, what number would you need right now to not only replace your income, but if you have to pay for private insurance or anything like that, what number would that be? Like, what's that number per month? We call this your, if Nicole was on minimum lifestyle, I think it's our MLS, your minimum lifestyle maintenance or something, your MLM number. That's what number that is.
Minimum minimum maintenance
Yeah.
number? Is that what you?
Yeah. So that's like your minimum lifestyle maintenance. So you find your MLM number. So and that's oftentimes when you're just getting started, that's the number that you're going to be shooting for within your business. And that's
More
oftentimes,
like a realistic,
yeah,
more realistic number, like a small, like this is how much I need to make to be able to quit my job and be making more than my job. But then this is my goal for like the future of where I would like to be, kind of
yes, yes.
like smaller. Okay.
So it's always, because, a lot of people will set this like enormous goal, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what doesn't ever happen is there's no like tangible milestones along the way. So only you
Okay.
know where you're at in your income journey, and especially with your business. So when you're very first getting started, that income goal is typically going to look like, okay, I just need to get, some freedom here. I need to pay for my things and be able to have a little extra to reinvest. And then we can think about hitting that like 10-figure a month mark, that 6-figure mark, the 7-figure mark, whatever it is that you're shooting for. So you want to find your MLM number. And usually that'll kind of give you a really good, like a really good grasp on where you're at and where to get started and what to shoot for. So if your number, and it's not even a crazy high number. I found the majority of entrepreneurs that we've been working with, anywhere from like, well, obviously any amount of additional income makes a difference. But typically, if you're able to bring in like that 3 to 4 to 5,000 a month through your services,
Yeah.
there you go. Like that's enough to free up a lot of people. So then let's pretend, okay, maybe you just need to bring in 3,500. Okay. When, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you're figuring out that number, are you
Mhm.
already taking away your expenses and that's the profit portion?
So not entirely. So that's why we always add a little bit of like a cushion. And typically, in order for someone to quit their job entirely, have all the expenses paid for, especially if they're keeping their operating costs lower, it depends on the type of business that they're running online. Like, some MLMers, their operating costs are probably going to be under 250 a month. If you're doing your own courses, or like you're different because you have an actual like business that you're running online, your operating costs, I don't know if you have like insurance that you have to pay for, those types of things, you'd have to figure that into your MLM number. So yeah, that would be like a personal variant. But usually anywhere from 3,500 a month up to like 7,800 to 9,000, you start getting into that range, you're going to see that like wiggle room to have the freedom. And then usually they did a study where, people think I need millions and millions and millions of dollars to be super happy. But they found that once people started hitting that like 97,000 to 110,000 a month mark, and they were able to pay for everything, like that was the optimum happiness amount. And after that, it didn't, like, you saw the happiness factor go way up when it hit 100,000 a year. And then it just kind of plateaus. So it didn't really matter if you had, like 2 million or 3 million or a billion. It stays pretty much the same after you hit that 6 figures. I thought that's pretty cool. So that's why a lot of people will aim for 6 figures. But when you're just getting started, I'd even say like 3,000 a month is a really good, achievable goal to hit, like when you're getting started. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And another thing that we found that makes a difference when you're setting the initial goals is, what are you comfortable earning? A little random side thought, but we've, if you've never earned, like you've never had a $3,500 client, you've never had a $10,000 client, you might not feel comfortable with that yet. So when you're thinking of that, you have to say, okay, what can I confidently sell right now? Like at what price point can I confidently sell it? Oh, we got another person coming in here. See here. Okay. So that might make a little bit of a difference when you're figuring out like what you're going to do initially, because it's a little, we've worked with people who they have all the skills, all the knowledge, they set the goals for their MLM, but they're not yet confident in earning at those higher package points or higher levels. And so you'll see like a little bit of a dissonance between what goals they set and what they actually earn. So you have to be able to confidently sell whatever it is at that price point. So that's kind of how you can figure out that initial MLM. If you're going off of your goal for your 90-day marketing period being like a tangible financial goal. Maybe I've seen some people set goals like, okay, whether it's financial, you could also do, if you have a membership or a course or like a program, you could set like a membership goal for 90 days and say, okay, I want to have 100 people in, well, that's just my personal goal, but I want to have 100 people in here. Or maybe it's not an income goal at all, but you simply want to like grow your community, or you maybe just are like, you know what, my focus right now is, yes, I want to make a little money, but I know right now that maybe I have to start my YouTube channel and just get 100 subscribers on there. Or maybe you're gonna like grow your online community. Like I know Dr. Tiffany and Dr. Lauren have their online community. So maybe it's not an income goal, but it's more of like a community-based goals. Those are typically the two types of goals that we'll see when we're working with businesses and their marketing strategy. So is it going to be an income-based goal, or will it be more of a community-based goal? With community-based goals, you're more focusing on building your brand awareness and your influence, and obviously monetizing that platform, but really growing through that. Okay, so once you have your goal, you've written whatever your goal is going to be for the next 90 days, the next thing that I do is, you'll see here, I kind of put this like the jar just for a visual. I don't know if you guys you ladies, I should say, are visual, but so here's what we'll do. So once I have whatever it is that my goal is, I will go ahead and figure out what my big rocks are that are going to go into the jar first. So this is what the process we walk through when we're figuring out my content strategy and the content strategy for our private clients. So we're going to figure out what are the 1 to 3 big value posts that are going to draw people in. So usually it'll be some kind of a funnel or a lead page opt-in. These types of posts or like content, these bigger rocks in your content jar here, are going to be more high value. They're going to take the more time to create, but they're also going to provide the biggest impact. So this is especially important for those people who maybe you don't have a super lot of time to be online, or maybe you just don't want to be online posting daily and you don't have to. So when you figure out what these big value rocks are, or your, I guess that's what we'll call them, your big value posts, I guess, your big rocks, you can, that's one of the first things you want to figure out. So for me, if I were to translate this to my own business, so we know that my goal is 100 new members into What the Tech. My opt-in or my value post is I'm actually going to be doing a video. So a very short video, it's going to be 1 to 3 minutes. That's going to go directly to my lead opt-in page. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share about that, post it on there, and then I'm going to do an advertisement to it. Okay, so that's going to be one of my bigger rocks in the next 3 months. Okay, and that'll take someone to the front end of my funnel. So let's see here. So Christina, for you, if you're focusing on getting more one-on-one clients, you would probably take one of these bigger rocks and you would probably make either like a webinar, a funnel page, an opt-in, some kind of content that would draw people in and educate them on who you are, what you do, and how they could hire you. And maybe even link to like a free consultation with you, 15, 20 minutes. Typically, if you have a higher ticket offer and you're looking to make the most money in the least amount of time, so like, for example, you'd have to have 10 people at a $350 price point or one person at a $3,500 price point. It doesn't matter what the price point is, you're still going to be making a sale. So if you want to switch to a more premium offer or showcase your more premium service, you're going to get to that $3,500 or $5,000 or $7,500 a month a lot quicker if you're able to get one or two premium service clients every month. So I personally would recommend, if you're able to identify whatever your premium services that you want to offer, that you can you feel really confident about, you're like, yes, I can absolutely help you. I would then do some kind of information webinar or a video or an opt-in that would capture their information and provide value. But so for example, like how hiring a virtual assistant could save you $30,000 a year or something like that. That's a post that I feel like a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs would probably click on because they're like, what? I want to save money. I've never thought about hiring a VA. People, hire employees, because the whole atmosphere is going to be shifting, especially in the wake of everything that happened. More people are switching from employee to freelancer, like virtual assistant. So you're in like an awesome position to get ahead of the market and also assist these business owners who might be, they're out employees, they're looking for people who are experienced. So that would be a value post that just an idea that you could share. And then the call to action. So there's always going to be a call to action at the end of these like funnel or these lead page opt-in posts. And at the end of that, they would be educated on who you are, what you do, and then the next step, which might be, okay, do you want to talk further? Awesome. You'll give them two options. You can book a consultation here if you have any questions. Okay, so then they would book a consult with you for free. And then during that consultation, you could answer questions. And essentially, the consultation is where you would be closing the sale, right? Because the consultation is for people who are really interested. They're a really hot lead. So you would do consult to close. Or you could do direct to sale right from your webinar or your information session that would invite them to apply to become a client. So either way, they're going to take some next step to be able to come into your program, at a premium price point. And that would probably be the fastest way to get you to like that 3,500 to 5K a month mark.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would probably say
I bought the .com book, so it should be getting here soon.
Yay!
So
that is awesome.
I think that will help me to figure out how to put it all together too.
Yes. Yeah, that's the first one in the trilogy that I always recommend. So like one-on-one private clients, we have them do .com secrets first, expert secrets second, and then traffic secrets just came out. So perfect timing. Yeah, you're going to love it. He drops so many awesome, it's really, really good. Okay. Perfect. Let's see here. So Dr. Lauren and Dr. Tiffany, do you know what your 90-day marketing goals would be?
Yeah, right now our main goal is to drive traffic to our community page.
Okay.
We have a goal of 115.
Ooh, that's exciting. Okay.
Moving up.
How many do we
Yay.
have right now, Tiffany?
Girl, I've been going. I haven't even looked today. I hope after our hard work yesterday,
50 something.
we had a lot of people watch our videos, so I'm hoping it's drawing some people, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been, so.
Am I in there? I have to make sure that I'm in there.
55 right now.
Oh, good. So since our meeting on Sunday, we've got how many? 3?
I don't remember how. I think did we have 53 or 52?
Oh, we
I
had
don't.
52, but I don't remember.
Is this the one?
I just remember our goal.
You just remember the goal. I remember where we left off.
FWC. Wow, there's a synergy community.
That must be. Don't be picking our stuff.
I was like, wait a second, that doesn't look right. Oh, here we go. Okay. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, okay. How did you hear about this?
Oh, your request is pending. That was probably because you. Well, I wonder why it said it was pending.
I'm respondable. Okay. Okay, awesome. So the only recommendation I have would be if you're able to, ask them if they want you to send them like your free wellness assessment or whatever, or what email to send the wellness assessment to, because then any new member that's signing in, you can automatically grab that and put them right into your email list. So just in case,
Okay.
yeah. So just in case you're grabbing anyone that's coming and seeing that through like a Facebook ad, then that'll put them into your list, because if anything ever happens where you can't access your Facebook group, or Facebook decides that it's going to put you in Facebook jail for a couple weeks. Yeah, I had no idea. I did not know that. And so that was a total misstep on my part. So I always recommend that, where if that ever happens, at least you would still be able to connect with your community via email and like contact them. Okay. So let's see. Have you? Yes. Okay. Knowledge and community. Flex. Okay. I agree with the group rules. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. All right. I'm gonna peep you.
What's so weird is not everybody doesn't answer all of them, or they won't agree to the rules. It's so weird. I don't know why.
You know what? It's nothing that you're doing. I think even if you put a big neon sign and you told them exactly what to do and how to enter and whatever, they would still miss it sometimes. So I don't, if they have a kid with them, or sometimes if you go to request membership and you accidentally like don't hit all of them, you can't get back in there to re-request, because it'll like, it'll X out and then it'll just say, oh, your membership is pending. And I'm like, crap. So they would have to cancel, then retry it again. So I know some community leaders will personally reach out to people who didn't complete all of them and say, hey, you forgot a question. But then you run the risk of, if you're not connected on Facebook, it'll go to their other inbox, and God only knows when they'll check that. So that's kind of a thing. So if it happens, it'll probably keep happening too. But okay. So your goal is 115, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Okay, perfect. So then, since you have a community-based goal, so there's, the income-based goals and community-based goals, you would have a community-based goal. So I would recommend one of the easiest ways to drive traffic to a group would be to do a long post or a video post or like a text post right directly from your Facebook page. Inside of that post, then you can boost it and you can target people who are interested in whatever your, what your community and things would be about. One of the ways that you can always boost engagement to a group is if you offer some kind of like, hey, we're gonna do, I think they call it like a push or like a blitz. So if you were to do, okay, hey, we're gonna be offering this month only a summer detox. It's a 5-day challenge available inside of our group. It's free, but you just have to join our group. And then anyone who would sign up for that, if you would do the capture. So that's one way to have people kind of come on board. And that is also something that you could turn into an evergreen capture. So it's something that you could run after you were done doing it live, you could always have the content available. So let's say inside of the units, you could create a unit that said 5-day detox. And then underneath of that, you could do like 5 videos and have them check in. Now, the awesome part about that is that anytime someone new was like commenting or doing their check-in, it would boost the group engagement because they're going to be commenting in there. So that'll keep your group relevant in all of the current members' newsfeed. Hope I'm not going too fast. And then obviously that's something that could be like an evergreen thing. You could, swap it out and do like, okay, we're going to do a seasonal, a seasonal focus, but a challenge is usually a really good way to get people in there. So, okay. So for your big value posts or your like the front end of your funnel or your main lead capture, your lead opt-in, you would probably just be doing running a boosted post right on your Facebook page, and then directly in the text section, putting the link right to your group. So let's see here. Yeah, so you would just simply grab this link up here and you would just paste that right directly into a post on Facebook, and then any new members would be able to join. So that's what I would recommend doing for your value post. Okay. All right, so next, once you have the big value posts done, okay, so that's like, you've got your goal, you've got your big piece of content in there. The next thing that you'll want to figure in is, okay, what are my next, sizes of rocks, your medium-sized rocks. These are typically going to be like a blog post, maybe video that you do either to your YouTube channel, a video training. I saw you did a video training on your personal pages. These would be the medium-sized rocks or content that you would be doing that would then link to the same focus that you're having for the 90 days. So at the end of a blog post or at the end of a video that you're doing, you always want to have that call to action. You're sprinkling your posts like, hey, by the way, I'm running a 5-day challenge inside of our free community group. Or in Christina's case, she would do something that would be related to her marketing thing. So the content would be for her like, okay, how can a virtual assistant save you time? Or you'll want to think up these different topics that would be in the category or would be relevant to the client or customer that you would be serving with this goal, right? So let's see here. So you want to know who you're serving. I guess that should have been one of the things. So whoever you're targeting Dr. Lauren and Tiffany, people who are interested in health, they're interested in their wellness, probably women maybe women who have children. So these are all things that you'll want to keep in mind, because those will be targeting factors that you'll use for one of your big value rocks, like when you're actually doing the boosted post or the marketing of it. So for Christina, she would be choosing people or targeting people like entrepreneurs, business owners. And then the more specific you can be, the more targeted or relevant your content will become to whoever it is that you're serving. So you kind of want to have that idea in mind. So when I'm translating this into my own content strategy and I'm coming up with my marketing calendar, I'm sitting here and I'm writing down, okay, I will always write down, I just use a pen and paper. I'm not super fancy. I just have like my old composition notebook and a pen. I'll write down, okay, what's my goal? Who am I serving? So the people that I'm going to be serving during this time are going to be online entrepreneurs, maybe small business owners who have had to take their services online, maybe network marketers who now have more time, or direct sales people. They want to grow their network marketing business to like a sustainable passive income that has replaced their current income. So those are the people that I'm going to be serving. And then I will ask myself, how am I going to serve them with what my offer is? So my current offer is What the Tech. My goal is to grow it by 100 members by the end of, so June, July, August. So by August, let's see. Okay, so by August 30th, I had to do the knuckle trick to see how many days we're in August. So by the end of August, I want to have 100 members in there, entrepreneurs, business owners, network marketers, direct sales people who want to grow their businesses online. And then I know that, okay, when I'm thinking of that, I can then come up with these posts and topics right here that are going to be relevant to them on my different platforms. Now, these would be in the form of blog posts, typically a blog post, a YouTube video, or a boosted Facebook post. Typically, that's what you're going to see with like your medium rock, your medium-sized rocks, okay? Because those are going to be more of the content that's going to be longer lasting, right? Like it's going to have a bigger impact. So when I'm thinking of the types of topics then that I'm going to be talking about, I would probably be talking about, okay, are you looking to start your business online in the wake of the COVID-19 or in the wake of the pandemic? How can you start an online business in the next 90 days? Okay, that's another topic I will probably be talking about. So these are just the types of content that you're going to be seeing on my page over the course of the next 90 days in alignment with my goal. Okay, so then what I'm going to be doing at the end of each one of these kind of like value posts is I'm going to be doing a call to action. The call to action will then lead back to my funnel / lead page, opt-in, whatever offer it is. Okay, so you always want to be having that like content wheel going. Okay, so those value posts are going to lead back to my funnel. So your funnel doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can just, so for example, Drs. Lauren and Tiffany, if you're doing your videos online or you're sharing them to your YouTube, your call to action at the end can be, if you're interested in learning more, we invite you to join our online community. It's free. And then you just pop the link and then there you go. That's a funnel. For Christina, if you're doing this, you could say, if you're looking for more information, click this link. Now, typically that link would take them to a page where you had a short video explaining what you do, and then having them have to opt in to go to the next page where they would either be able to apply or like purchase your service directly. So that's typically what that would look like in your case as like a done for you service or like a premium service entrepreneur. It's going to look a little different for each online business depending on what it is, but I think you kind of think you kind of get the general gist of that. Okay, so those are your medium-sized rocks. They're always going to lead back to whatever your offer is at the time. And then you have your filler. These are the tiny little rocks that are going to be filled in with the jar. These are typically going to be your sprinkles. If you've been around any of, you've watched any of the things, I call them your sprinkle posts. These are going to be like, maybe like your personal brand building posts where you're sharing a lifestyle thing, but you're also sprinkling in a little bit about what you do. Like, oh, here's me behind the scenes, just getting ready to work on something with a client, right? Because people are like, oh, she works online. I don't know what she does, but she works online. She's helping clients or, something. Or maybe you're planting your beautiful organic vegetable garden. Well, that's a personal post, but you can use that as a filler or as a sprinkle that's also building the awareness of who you are, what you do, and having what we call like a soft call to action. Okay. And so what people will see then typically is these are going to be your organic posts. So your Facebook posts, Instagram posts, Instagram stories. These are typically the smaller rocks in your content strategy. And that usually there's no direct call to action. These kind of posts don't have a link in them, but if they scroll up or down or across, depending on what platform they're on, some point over the course of the next few posts, they should run into one of these bigger rock posts. Okay. So that way these ones will be like attracting people. It's not a sale. They don't feel like sold to all the time because you're building that connection and community. But if they go up or down or across, they're going to come across a post where they can dive in a little bit deeper with you. And those are your value posts, or they should be able to somewhere find a link to your funnel or your opt-in. So for example, on your Instagram, if you're using Linktree, you would probably just want to pop the link directly to your Facebook community right in your Instagram bio. I'm going to check. I don't know if I checked yours yet. Hold on. Okay. Is this making sense? Is this going good?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to beep your Instagram here. Awesome. Okay. I'm going on your Linktree. Online community. Awesome. Perfect. Yep. So this is great. The other thing that I would recommend putting on your Linktree would be the link to the page where they can take your free wellness assessment, because that would be the funnel, like an opt-in. So that would be another good one to drive traffic and get people kind of in there. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go back to, okay. All right, so that's kind of how we do like the content strategy. Then I do have a marketing, kind of a workbook that you can fill out if you're into workbooks. That I know that helps some people, so we do have one. Let's see if I can find that. And it'll kind of like track. Okay, so here's the like content calendar. So usually then what I'll be doing okay, let's open up that one and see. Okay, so here's a little bit, if you use like a content calendar and you find that this is super helpful, I like doing it because then I have some focus and direction. Because otherwise, if you kind of just fly by the seat of your pants and you create content daily and you're not doing like advertised, which is why a lot of people probably don't even see my posts because they're advertisements where they're targeted at specific people. So like I have, posts for my team, stuff like that. Nobody sees them. And so this way it kind of like, yeah, so you're able to come up with your entire marketing calendar. So, and I think this is available in Teachable. So then we have the content web. Okay. So what you'll do now, oftentimes, if you're going to be launching something, that looks a little bit different than an evergreen content calendar. So we would have to chat about that. So if you're coming up with your content, so let's say every Tuesday, you're going to do a live training on Facebook. This is how I do my content calendars. I just do them right on Canva. I will take like the text and we'll just add it right to the page. This way, my team members know exactly what we're doing, what they have to do, and then they know like my content distribution calendar. So we'll say live training, Facebook, and then you can do the topic, and you could write in whatever topic it is that you figured out, okay, I'm going to be chatting about, you know, we're going to be talking about detoxing. So maybe one of the live trainings that you would do would be, what is detoxing? Maybe the next one would be, how can detoxing like benefit your body? What are the benefits of apple cider vinegar for your body? I don't know. I'm just throwing up some things based on your last post, which I loved because I've been in an apple cider vinegar mood lately. So these are just tiny little like bite-sized posts or bite-sized topics that you could come up with and do. And at the end of each one of these, whether it was a video or whether it was like a long form text post, you could include the link to join your community. Okay. Now, the other type of content that you have inside of your content jar, if I can find the content jar, these would be the smaller rocks. So those might be things like inspirational quotes. They might be just like a tip of the day or something like that. Something really easy that doesn't take a lot of time to do. Those would be a type of like a sprinkling of a post. Okay. So you would come up with whatever live trainings and topics that you were going to do if you're going to actually come up with a content calendar. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. So you can see, I think this is actually part of my, I added part of my thing on there. So on Wednesday, like, so for example, on Tuesdays, I know for my marketing calendar, I'm doing, I'll do like a post or a push post to our business that I supplement with. And then on Wednesday nights, we do a business opportunity presentation each Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. So that's just something that's like ongoing, where once you have your marketing calendar going, it'll kind of operate itself. And then the only thing that you have to do once you kind of have this wheel going is drive traffic to it. So you just have to figure out what stage of business are you in? Are you creating your wheel? Are you having to drive traffic to it? Like, where are you at? Okay. Okay. And then always some really good questions to use. If you are doing like a really, a push, like a sell, or you're doing like a focused period of time where you're going to be marketing, maybe you're going to be marketing your premium services or your premium coaching products or your premium course, whatever that is. Whether it comes in the form of emails that are, people are, you know, you're doing a follow-up that way, a series of retargeting, or whether they're just in the form of posts, you'll want to tell people who you are. So what is your story? Testimonials. And then you want to share like why you, out of any of the other business owners, entrepreneurs, providers, what makes you different? Why should they want to learn from you? What are some of your strengths? Like, what have you overcome? You're sharing a little bit about that because they're going to be connecting with you. And in order for someone to go from a random I'm just following you online to I'm whipping out my wallet, I'm going to become a customer or a client. They have to build that connection and trust. So that's really the goal of a lot of these posts too, is to be building and establishing that rapport and the authority and building the connection. So you want to share, hey, why you? And that's kind of the time when you get to be like, you get to flaunt your stuff. Like, hey, I did this. You get to own it, right? You get to shake your tail feather a little bit. Like, this is what I did. If you have a brag bank or like a list of things that you've accomplished or that you've helped your clients do, or if you have any testimonials, that would be the place to share them as well. And then, so that's kind of here in like a sample, I guess we would call that like a marketing launch calendar. That's if you're doing a focused, okay, this is what you post on this day. So Monday, who you are, Tuesday, testimonials, Wednesday, why they should hire you, Thursday, call to action, and then Fridays are like, you can do some kind of like community engagement. So people often say like fun, funny. Okay. So this is just a sample. This is typically what we'll sit down and do like with a private client, is figure out, okay, what are we going to do? What's their whole thing? Are they teaching live classes? Because if so, then we have to market it on this date, and we come up with the whole calendar. So typically we'll have an idea for the whole 90 days, and then we'll just come up with that, like the 30-day plan. If that's, I don't know if that makes sense. So 90 days, there's goals, and then there's milestones on there. And then we'll just do the exact plan with all the posts every single 30 days. So this is what we do for that, kind of like that whole process. Okay. Is there any questions you have? Is there anything specific that you want to see or that I could help you with, kind of for the content creation process?
I feel like I know the who you are and why you. I feel like we
Okay.
have the toughest
Okay.
toughest time. This is challenging for us. If you can
Okay.
give some insight.
Yeah. So tell me a little about like what do you mean, that's where you have the toughest time? Like, is there anything specific that is it just coming up with what your story would be, or like how to share that, or kind of what
Yeah,
are you
how to
thinking?
put it in a post or story form.
Okay.
Like, just when you say it, I'm like, oh my goodness, what in the world? I don't even know. I don't even know how to. I sometimes even have a hard time even saying it. Like, we know it, we've talked about it, we've written it down, but it's like, what? I don't know how to put that in so someone can understand, and actually
Yeah.
it would call them to action or call them to want to. Yeah.
If I could hear an example, it would help me.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
If I could transfer, I could figure it out.
Yeah. So, okay. So when we work with our private clients and help them figure out like who you are, why you, typically what we'll ask them is, what you want to have is something that can be summed up within like a Twitter tweet, or whatever you call it, a tweet, like 140 characters or less. It's like one sentence, it's super simple. And that's it. So if you just met me in the elevator and you had one sentence, and you could only like hand me your card and you could say one sentence, what would you do? Right. So, when we worked with, we worked with an energy coach. And so her thing was, she helps creative, what was it? She helps creative female entrepreneurs unlock their inner goddess or something. That was her line. That was like her short line. We worked with a destiny coach. So she was a how did she put it? A certified destiny coach, or world known destiny coach that helps people get unstuck and propelled into their highest destiny, like removes the obstacles. So that was kind of her thing. So with you, you know who you work, like, you know who you work with. So you help families, right? So you're always thinking, who do I help? What do I do? Right? So you help individuals, people, because you're not helping just entrepreneurs or business owners. But you help individuals who want to leave a legacy, like create generational wellness. If I had to sum it up in like right off the top of my head, that's kind of something that I would say, like, you know, because it's really short, it's one sentence. It's like, oh, okay, we help legacy-minded individuals create generational wellness. And that's like, oh, yeah, of course. Because generational wellness implies that it's people who are, if they don't yet have kids, because you don't want to narrow yourself into a niche of, okay, we only help people with kids, because there might be people out there who they're thinking of having a family someday, they just don't have them yet. So that kind of like leaves it open. So something like that would be who you are and what you do in a very short calling card, like elevator pitch. Does that work?
So we help legacy-minded individuals create and prepare for generational wellness, or even just create, even if they don't already have. I guess I'm thinking about the ones who don't have families already.
Yeah.
So thinking ahead of time to start preparing or for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So that's kind of what I would, something around that whole, because that's really like when I go to your website and when we were working on your brand, like that's 100% what your vision was and your mission. And it just, I don't like the word oozes. I don't want to say it oozes out of everything that you do, but pick a different word. But it kind of just like your whole branding and your whole messaging is permeated with generational wellness. Like that's just a thing. So incorporating that into who you are and what you do is going to help people really connect with that and like your whole like brand identity. So yeah, that's what, okay. And then, so let's see here. And then your second question. Okay, so how to turn the why you, okay, how to turn why you into a post. Let me see. I'm going to have to go back to my coach's prompts. She gave me some awesome ones to help me figure this out for our brand. Okay. So when you're thinking of why would someone work with you? Why would someone work with your community? Like what makes it different? These are the types of questions that you're going to be answering or kind of doing in the post. So you would put something like considering working with us. Here's who we are. We are, you could even share like we're like-minded individuals. We started our business. You know, we have a community of like-minded individuals. We do live trainings. We connect with our community. It's not just a Facebook group where we slam information on you. We actually do, like give you valuable tips that you can implement in your own life for free. That would probably be a big one when answering the why you question, because there are a lot, if you're taking the question why you in terms of like why should someone join your community, if you're thinking like okay of your marketing goal for the next 90 days, a lot of the reasons why people won't join a Facebook group is because they think that it's just going to be it's going to not offer any value, or I'm going to get overwhelmed with it. So when you're thinking of the person who's looking at joining your community and you really think like, okay, how can I speak to them in this moment? You can say things like, we offer a unit section. We offer tips on where to get started right now so that you can know like what to start with your health. We're really down to earth and approachable. Because another thing would be some of like naturopathic or holistic doctors, you don't have direct access to them ever, right? Without paying. That would be a really big draw for people, is they would get direct access to your knowledge and information for free, like your tips that you put inside of the community. And I think that's awesome. So that's another reason when you're answering like the why you question, that's something I could see you incorporating into the text. And you guys do a great job. Are you writing your posts? I don't know who's writing them. They're really good.
Yeah, we both are.
Awesome.
Well, my husband helps too. So he loves to write, so he helps us often.
Yeah, they are really, really good. I was like, this is perfect. Because you have and I haven't seen any where I thought like, meh. No, they're all great. They have a really natural flow to them. It's awesome. So keep that up. That's amazing. You just bring the people in. Yeah. So I'm not worried.
That's because Lauren, she'll
oh,
if Lauren sees something, she'll really quick, and if she sees something on mine, she'll be like extra star, or she'll catch it. So she helps me out. She's always real good going right behind me.
I love that. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. It's perfect. I mean, it's great because so when you're, going to answer the questions, I don't worry at all about how you're going to come up with a copy for that. You'll be totally fine. You always just want to think about like, okay, and you get to do your brag bank a little bit when you're talking about why like you have personal experience. I think each of one of you has like a personal experience and a personal connection to why you got started on this path. It's not like you just were flipping through the degree handbook in college and were like, yep, that sounds fun. I'm gonna be a holistic natural doctor. No, like you had a life experience that brought you on the path to where you are now. And it really is something that, is tied directly to your passion and your purpose. And so that like permeates through how you show up, and, it's different than someone who's just doing a career. Like this is your life calling. If you have helped any people achieve transformation, if you've achieved personal transformation, these are also the things that you can share in the why you section. The why you post is meant to establish that authority, right? Because authority, rapport, connection, these are all things that need to happen. And you have to have positioned yourself as that expert, as that authority, because who you're helping are the people that are like, you don't have to be, 1 million followers in order to be an expert. You're just helping the people that are like maybe even one step backwards or one step where you were at, or maybe they're getting started where you initially were. So in order for someone to look at someone else and to actually pay them to do a service, or like to help them with something through a program, done for you services, a course, whatever it is that you're offering, you have to have established some kind of expertise or authority. So that's really the goal of the why you post. Yes, it's building connection, it's raising awareness, but at the end of the day, it really is establishing that. So yeah, that's what your why you post will do. Okay. Does that help?
Okay.
I have to jump off.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have to jump off, but I don't want to be rude and disappear. Thank you so much. I'm taking notes and got good tips for a meeting.
Awesome. Hi, Dr. Tiffany.
All right.
Have a good rest of your day.
Okay. Yeah.
See ya. Okay. So does that
I
that
do
answer?
have, could you do this?
Yeah, that definitely
Awesome.
helps a lot.
Yay! Getting those, getting hot up here. I was like, you know what? Nobody can see me from the top up. Maybe I should just take the bottoms off and sit here in my swimsuit bottoms, but I did not. I wore pants to our meeting. So hoorah. Okay. Did you have a question, Christina?
Yeah, that's her screaming. Yeah, if you could do the same for me, because I feel like I was trying to think of what is my who and why.
Yeah.
But I also needed like an example of or something that then I can kind of like create other things with that or something.
Yeah, totally. Okay. I'm going to move this because that light is making me hotter. It shouldn't be because it's not that bright, but like that ring light is, well, it's my husband's tattooing and art light. So, okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. I feel like this lounger is just off. The lounger sits like this. So if I sit on the wrong part of it, I kind of go downhill. Okay. Okay. So, when you're coming up with your why, you have to figure out first, are you going to be offering, like what kind of services are you going to be offering? That's how we're going to come up with your why statement. And like what's your main focus?
So okay, my main goal is to get clients that I have them reoccurring every month. That would be my goal, so that I wouldn't have to market. But so that's my end goal.
Okay.
And then, because a website design is like a one-time thing, unless I'm doing maintenance every month for them. Or adding like, I can add website blogs and videos and do all that stuff that they don't want to do for their website. So that is something that I can do reoccurring. And I need to put that down. Import.
Okay.
And then social media graphics.
Okay.
So those are the two.
Okay. So in general, the type of people that you're helping would be probably entrepreneurs, would you say? Because it's not, would that be more like, would it be an online entrepreneur, business owner?
Either one.
Okay.
It could be, I feel like I always gravitate to those that don't have the income but need the help. And I want to try not to do that with this.
Gotcha.
I want to I don't want to have 20 people and getting paid half with all of them. Like I want to have like maybe 4 to 5 people that I work monthly for, or so.
That's awesome.
Does that make sense? Or
that's perfect. Yeah. And I love that because I love that you're in like that place and that space where you're like self-realizing that, because a lot of like, I feel like especially female entrepreneurs, we care a lot. And so we just want to help people. And oh my gosh, I used to like slash my prices so bad that it was like ripping my soul out. I'm like, oh my God. And it just wasn't, worth the time. So I'm really proud of you for charging your worth. That's amazing. You'll be able to serve like more people at a higher level when you switch into that premium space. And it is like the most amazing feeling. And then if you want to do any kind of like give back in the future for like, hey, underprivileged entrepreneurs or something, whatever you want to call it, you could say, hey, I'm going to do a giveaway or something, and then you can always help in the future and not have to worry about it cutting into your family's finances or, whatever. Okay. So you would be, let me think here, because you're offering like a range of services with what you do. You have like the design and then the virtual assistant, and then let's see here. So is there any that would provide, what is going to provide you with like the biggest right now income? would that be the website design, or are you more looking for like recurring? Because virtual assistant work is recurring, correct?
Yeah, I think, with social media, like doing their monthly graphics or adding their post to their, so like I feel like that would be recurring.
Okay.
You know, being responsible and putting that information to their, not creating their content, but more of just, you give me the content, I create the graphics, I will schedule them and post them for you.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect.
Because I want to work in the areas that I feel confident in that I can do. And then the virtual assistant, I don't want to be answering people's emails. Like, I don't want to do the administrative work part. Like,
Gotcha.
I can do that if I need to, but I don't. Like, that's not my
That's
joy.
not your thing. Yes. Good for you for knowing that.
No.
Not your jam. Okay, perfect.
No.
Okay. So for the first part of it, I'm getting like a picture. Thank you for explaining all that, by the way, because it really like helps me figure out like, okay, what are you offering at your core? So essentially, the underlying theme with all of your services, whether it's the VA side, the social media side, the website design side, you're probably going to be relieving or like helping stressed out entrepreneurs, right? Like people.
Say that again.
Stressed out entrepreneurs, right? Because we need your help. Right? So you're going to be helping stressed out entrepreneurs. Let's see here. Have more time to like enjoy something. Like, I help stressed out entrepreneurs, and then whatever that next line would be, like whether they're going to, I help stressed out entrepreneurs.
I want them to create, like, just like, sorry, you're breaking up a little bit, but I want them to be able to do what they enjoy instead of like, I don't like creating content. I'll do the graphics, but I hate creating content. So I want to help them do what they enjoy and me take over the things that they don't enjoy doing.
Gotcha. That's perfect then. I help stressed out entrepreneurs get back to doing what they love.
But what happened if that part stresses them out?
Right? Yeah. So, because at the end of the day,
no, I was just gonna say, but Christina, remember, don't you outsource the like creative writing and stuff?
I do, but she's so busy. I don't mind doing that. She's too big. Like the friend that is gonna be coming on to what the tech. She has lots of questions. She creates her own courses. She has so many amazing things, but she's not selling. So she keeps on creating, and she helps me with my content, and she does a really good job. I want to work. We're trying to work together, so the things that I don't enjoy, I can give it to her, so that we're a team.
That's awesome.
But I also need to know that if I get hired to do it, I need to that's why I like that you're going through this whole goal thing, because that helps me. How can I help someone else create content if I don't know how to create content? Gotcha. And then also, I don't know if she knows how to like help someone to get to create that their content. Like, I feel like we're both missing something, and until we both have it, or we're both doing good at what we're doing, then I don't want to offer that.
Right. I gotcha. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Thank you for clarifying that. But yeah, at the end of the day, whether it's your website design service or whether it's your VA or whether it's graphics, you're going to help like probably a stressed out entrepreneur, the person who's handling too much. They don't want to do the things that they don't love. So you're going to help them get back to doing what they love, or get back to doing what makes them money, or, you know, whatever it is that they are doing, because an entrepreneur is motivated when they're able to operate in their core genius. So when someone is doing the things like, let's say when I'm doing like small tasks and stuff, and then I didn't have my assistant or my team, I was immediately like, oh my gosh, overwhelmed, doing all the things that I hate, and I'm not in my core genius, I'm not making money, I'm cranky and not loving my life, and I'm just like, I'm gonna burn my business down because I don't want it no more. Like it's, you know, so you're gonna be able to come in and help relieve someone of that so that they can do what they love and make money. Like that's what an entrepreneur at their core, that is what they want to do. They want to do what they love and get paid to do it. So that's what you're going to help them get to. So I would say if you had an elevator pitch, or that was your calling card, you had to pick a 60-second calling card, that would be probably a good one. So like, and it'll depend too. And it'll depend on like, if you offer more things, or you are focusing on like marketing for website design more, or you're going one way. So like, for example, my little calling card slogan for What the Tech is, I help stressed out entrepreneurs who want to build a 6+ figure business online with the tech and setup side of social media. Like it's a bit longer, but it's in a nutshell, that's what I do through What the Tech. So that's not like my overall calling card, but it's kind of like a niche one. So if you have like a 60-second one, and you can often take that concept and apply that to, okay, what really am I doing with my website design service, or my VA service, or my premium health coaching program, right? Like, so for Dr. Lauren and her, you know, elite coaching program, you'd say like, I help, in that sense, you would say, I help individuals achieve wellness in like a more upgraded space in the shortest amount of time, or like the best results in the shortest amount of time, lifestyle transformation. That's kind of how you apply that to whatever service it is that you're looking at. Okay. And then I think the last part that I had today, going through like the content creation calendar, figuring that out, is then there's something that we call, I just thought I felt something in my head. The content creation.
Oh, what was my why?
Oh, your why. Okay. So let's see here. And people would say, okay, so why you? So this is where you would be able to share any of your experience, any people that you've helped. Like, okay, so for example, you can say, I helped this entrepreneur. You can do this even if you're brand new too. You just want to create your brag bank, your, oh gosh, what is it called in that book? I think they call it stacking your wins. It doesn't matter if your win is really small to get started, or, you know, in your own mind, it's really small. It doesn't matter. You just stack whatever wins you have. So if that is simply, I have helped relieve my clients so that they can focus on creating their course content, and I took over this, that's a win. So they're like, awesome. She's already done this. Like, she's got some experience. I've been doing this for 1 year. Or if you have any kind of expertise or experience in that, that's where you can also stack that win. So like, for example, okay, if you, like in a personal example, when I stack my wins, I was featured in Success from Home magazine. I was the executive marketing director for an local tourism bureau. That's like a win. So you can kind of see how any kind of wins that you have that would be in the arena or niche that you're in, you can count those as a win. Like maybe you completed a course or certification. There you go. I'm certified in What the Tech. We can do certifications, by the way. I offer them. So if that's something that would help you get a win, we do certifications. You can have your name on it. You can get certified in it. There you go. We actually had a couple people just come in, use a section of What the Tech and get the certification and then take it to whatever she was doing, and that helped her. So I'm like, perfect. Hey, Nicole.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and like you just shared with us, you like to help the entrepreneurs get back to doing what they love, and you get to do like these fun things that you're good at. So you can say like, let me do the things that I'm good at, you know, that maybe you don't enjoy doing, so you can go back to doing what you love. That is awesome. That is instantly going to give people that like connection with you. Help them like kind of get to know like the heart behind why you're doing that, which not a lot of male entrepreneurs will care about that as much. Not being stereotypical, just saying like they don't care about that as much. But the women, we care about that. We're like, but why are you doing this? Like, what got you started in it? And then we get tied up in the whole like emotional side of it, right? Like, so different. So different. Like when you're marketing to female entrepreneurs, so different than the male ones. Like they're competitive, competition, got to be the best. Don't care why you got started. Just tell me how to. So that's why I'm like, all right, you have to know how to market to women, dudes. So, so if the majority of the people or the business owners that you're looking to work with are female entrepreneurs, that's something to keep in mind, is to share the story behind why you got started or who you want to help, why you have a passion for that. And yeah, so, okay. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yay, you are welcome. Okay. And the last portion, we are right on time. So the last portion of the training that I have for today is just to kind of touch very briefly on the content creation web. And the content creation web is how I will distribute my content online. And this is really how you can take one singular piece of content. And there's a training that I just did on that. I have to wait for it to upload. So it could be 72 hours. I don't know. But whenever it gets uploaded, I'll go ahead and post that inside of the Facebook group, where I walk you through behind the scenes on how just one of these value rocks that I do for my business, I'll turn this into something that gets repurposed. Okay, because the biggest thing that I see, or I don't want to say mistake necessarily, but the biggest thing that leaves money on the table for business owners and entrepreneurs is they create this kick butt content, maybe in the form of like an Instagram story, or maybe it's in the form of like a Facebook video. And then that's the only place it sits, is on the Facebook wall. Where if they just did a couple extra steps, you can actually like pack the maximum punch with your content, and you can increase the value of it. So this will be especially helpful if you're someone who doesn't want to do as many posts. Like if you're just like, dang, I don't want to be online every day, or I need to schedule this because I've got 4 kids and we're homeschooling. Okay, this is the strategy that's going to help. Or even, hey, you've got a full-time business and you're trying to grow your side hustle. This is going to be super helpful. Okay, so let's say that you have one of these like bigger value posts. Let's say you do an awesome video on, I'm just going to think of what Dr. Lauren's doing here. The benefits of detoxing for your body. Okay. So you do this in a Facebook video. Okay. If it is on your personal profile on your Facebook page, that's totally fine. That's awesome. What you will probably want to do is go to that Facebook video and download it as an MP4 and save it to your device or whatever, and then re-upload it to your Facebook page. Okay, so you'll go from page to profile. Now, the reason you're going to do that is because on your Facebook profile, they just made it earlier last year where the Facebook pages can now be crawled by the algorithm and like the bots, okay, on the internet. What that means is that when someone's Googling whatever the video topic is or whatever, so for example, let's go to Google and let's type in, let's say, detox benefits for the body. Okay. Now, prior to a few months ago, when someone goes to Google, they type this in, you're going to see sponsored advertisements up here. Okay, these are the Google ads. They're using like retargeting behaviors, that kind of thing. You'll also see people are like popping up here with their websites. A lot of the times, if you're on mobile, it's also going to show you YouTube videos. And if you'll notice, it's also starting to show you Facebook pages that talk about that topic. Now, only the pages, business pages, not a personal profile, but a business page can be crawled by the bots, which means that any of the content that's going on these entrepreneurs or business owners' personal pages, it's just kind of going to be lost. And they found the shelf life of a Facebook post is maybe 24 hours, right? So like if people are posting on their personal profile, if someone doesn't catch that or they don't see that in their newsfeed in the first 24 hours, that post is almost kind of dead unless you post less on your profile and you just post more high value stuff. So what you'll do is you'll take the video from your personal profile, download it to your device, and then you'll re-upload it to your page, okay? So when you re-upload it to your page, so let's see here. Okay. All right, and this is, I've been experimenting a little bit. So this was just my engagement here for the last 28 days, which was crazy. And I only spent $10. So 26,000 people, 2,000 posts reached, and then we only had 21 new page likes, but we had a boatload of opt-ins for a business opportunity presentation. So what you'll do is you'll post that video, whatever video that you pulled from your profile or other place. Like, so for example, I took this really silly, ridiculous romper video on my Instagram stories. Hey, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just, so it's just any, so you're saying you download it from your personal, like your personal Facebook page?
Mm-hmm.
What were
Yeah, so
you posted this on your Facebook page?
So if you do a live video to your personal profile, in order to repurpose the content, what you'll do is when you go to, let's see here, I'm gonna X out of this. When you go to your personal profile, there should be a button somewhere. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, let me see if this will show me the option. Oh, that's loud. There should be an option somewhere in your, let's see here. Here it is. Okay. So I don't know if you can do this on a mobile device, but from a desktop, if you pull up whatever video it is, whether a live video, it's probably a live video, otherwise you'd just be able to repost it. So if you do a live and you click on the three little dots, it'll pull up the menu options. You can actually click on download, and then that will download it to your, to whatever device. So your computer, your laptop. So it'll save it. Probably do HD, I think. HD's a better one. I'm pretty sure. So just download it, and then what you'll do, once it's downloaded, you'll go back to your page. So this is your profile. You'll go back to your page, and then you can click on create a post, and you'll put that same video that you just did on your personal profile on your public page. The reason for it is because then what you'll do is you can come in here. Let's see. Oh, let's see if I can do, I was testing some fun things here. Oh my gosh, we did pancakes. Oh, that's so
I did not even know you could say that.
Yeah, so this is another thing we were playing with that was so loud. Okay. I want to edit the video. I think I have to do it in the Creator Studio now. They have changed everything. Okay. So okay, I'm going to figure out where to edit that. I think you have to go to Creator Studio. Okay, and then once you're in the Creator Studio and you actually edit the video, you can adjust the title of the video. You can upload it to the Watch tab, which means then that video will be searchable for people who are looking for videos on that same topic on the Facebook Watch tab. So just like how YouTube has searchable videos and categories and stuff like that, Facebook, and the reason that they're doing the Watch tab is Facebook and YouTube are like competing over ad dollars. So if you can get your content seen on Facebook, that's a really good way to, or an initial way to kind of repurpose the content. So let's see here. We have all of our people here. Let's see. So if I go to, what is that? That's interesting. Okay.
This is so good because you know that video me and Tiffany did, it didn't save to my phone when we did the live. And so now I can go download it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then you'll upload it.
No, I think it was wrong.
That's crazy. Let's see. What is it doing here? All right. Oh goodness. Let's see. All right, let's see if I can get this one because this would be the perfect.
There's a lag when we talk and when you hear.
Oh no. Poor. Okay. We'll do this one. Let's see if this one will work. And they'll let me edit it from here. Probably not. So anyway, so the first thing that you'll do, nope, it's not going to do it. Okay, so you'll be able to post the video there. I will go ahead and figure out, I'm going to make a note here, how to edit that from the studio on a laptop. Aha, here we go. Publishing tools. Which is crazy because then you have publishing tools and the Creator Studio, which are in two separate spots, which does not make any sense. You should just have it in one thing. Okay, let's see. Post shares, nope, I don't want that. All right, so we'll get back to that. I'll go ahead and share an updated on how to edit videos on the new Facebook. I'm gonna star that for the next topic. Okay. All right. Okay, so for now, we'll come back to that in training in the future. So that's one of the first things that you can do with your content. You can also, like if you have a TikTok video, TikTok, oh my gosh, hilarious. Or if you do an Instagram story or a series of stories that so for example, I knew that this one would probably be a good idea to do because I got so many messages and I'm like, whatever, it's gonna be hilarious. So I downloaded all of these individual stories and I used an app called InShot, which is inside of the Business Resource Vault. It's one of my favorite, easiest editing tools. You could do it all from your phone or your iPad. Super, super simple. I just stitched together the videos right in InShot, and then I posted that so I took an Instagram story, turned it into a longer video, and then repurposed it and posted it on my page and my profile. And then I went ahead and boosted it by targeting people that I'm interested in, like for business, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, I'm trying to build my community, but I'm just not trying to target like a bunch of randos. I'm trying to grow my brand and build my business. So whatever you're doing online, always think of that like through that lens, right? Like, okay, who's my ideal audience? How am I building my ideal audience? So that I'm creating a community and culture of buyers and not just likes and follows, because likes and follows don't pay the bills, right? So that's one of the ways you can do it. Then you can also turn, so here's content distribution.
Wait,
So
FYI, we can't see your share screen.
uh-oh, is it not working? Is this working better now?
Hello. No, we just see your face. It's
Okay. Well, I
you're
will
frozen.
crud. I'm gonna.
But I just wanted to let you know we can't see your shared screen, so I didn't know
Okay.
what you were showing us.
All right. I'll have to record a separate video for that. It's the content creation web. So, but essentially what you'll do is you can take stories and turn them into an in-shot video that's stitched together, which you could repurpose back into an Instagram IGTV video. You could post it to your page. You could post it to YouTube. You could turn it into a blog post. Like, there's so many different things that you can do with just one post or one video to really maximize the impact and like leverage your content. So it's content leveraging, and this is more specifically for people who don't want to be daily posting. They'd rather like do less, but have posts with like a higher, impact or higher quality. So for example, then the next thing that you could do with the video that you're downloading from your personal profile would be to turn it into a YouTube video. And I think the instructions on how to strategically tag a YouTube video to get it ranked on the main page are inside of Teachable. YouTube, man, oh, so great. YouTube and Pinterest have the longest shelf life of any social media platform out there. Like Instagram is like very, very short-lived. Same with Facebook. They're great if someone stumbles on your profile for the first time and then they're kind of like creeping all of your content, and they're great like aesthetically. But as far as actually building an evergreen brand and an evergreen business, nope, not great. So if you're able to take your content and get it onto YouTube, then in the description of YouTube, which I'm typing all of this out, by the way, then in the description of YouTube, you'll also link to your other social platforms, whatever your lead opt-in is. So whatever funnel, or maybe your Facebook group, whatever it is that you have going on, a free consultation, the link to join your business, that's really how you can take whatever content it is that you have and turn it into an evergreen business. Then if you want to do one step further, so let's say you're starting with a Facebook video on your profile, okay? You then post it to your page. You then post it to YouTube, where in the comments, you can copy and paste your description that links to everything else. Then with the YouTube video, you can take that video and put it into a blog post. This is the maximum like organic, how you can leverage that content to the max. So what you'll do is you can do a blog post, you can put the video in there, you will create a graphic. You can just use Canva, really simple, super easy to do. And and you'll do a graphic that's in the size of like a Pinterest post. So then you'll add that graphic to your blog post, and as soon as the blog post is done, then you pin it. So that way, anyone who, and then you'll have to watch the video on how to strategically use Pinterest to pin a blog post. But then once this is done, this is like the maximum organic leverage thing, how you can take one piece of content and turn it into 5 different places. And then also, so when it's on Pinterest, the longer it sets, the better it gets. And the more popular and the more people that see it, then it'll be one of the high ranking pins. I haven't checked for a while. Let me see. Let's see here. And then people will be able to find that post, because people who go to YouTube, people who go to Pinterest, they're on those places seeking out information related to that topic. Which is why if you can start talking about or blogging about whatever it is, if you have a network marketing business, you can talk about that. Like, so one of the things I did was I talked about how CBD has benefited me, the brand that I use and why. I talk about that, and then I pin it. And then people have been finding that through my Pinterest post, people that I never talked to, I didn't have to sell to them. Nothing like that. My blog and my content that I already created did all of that for me. So that is a really good way to start to kind of get some of that like residual and evergreen aspects into your business, and to start repurposing and maximizing your content. So that's the evergreen organic content wheel. And then you could do one step further if you want to do paid advertising and then put the blog post up, like the link to your blog post, and then boost that post on your page if you want to take it from organic to paid advertising. Okay. Hey, baby. You sneaking up here? All right, that is all I have for you today. We finished a little early. Does anyone have any questions? Anything I can help you with? No?
Nah,
Okay.
no. I think this was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank
This was
you.
great.
Yeah. Awesome. That's so good to hear. Okay, perfect. So in June, we will be starting back on with the regularly planned summer schedule. So we're starting with .com secrets for June, and then expert secrets in July, and then the latest one, traffic secrets. So this is going to be what we're going to be doing in August. So June, we're going to start with the .com ones, and then I'll figure out like the reading, and we're going to talk about the tutorials and the tech stuff that's going to relate to kind of like each little section. So this is kind of what we're going to be working through. You don't have to, it's totally not mandatory, just what's kind of on the marketing plan. So yay. All right, and if you don't have these yet, you can get them. I think they come in a set. Did you get yours in a set, Christina, or did you just get the one?
No, I just got one.
Okay.
And it was free, and you just had to pay shipping.
Isn't that awesome? I saw this. I got mine for $6 or something, and I saw online or at like the bookstore, it's retailing for $26.99. I'm like, you're crazy. Why would you pay that? So,
yeah. And then I used your link. Your link, and he gives you like a bonus. So even if you don't have the book, you can go through the course or something like that. So
awesome.
If you purchase the book somewhere, then the bonus is not included with the book. It's an online course. So
okay. That must be new. That's exciting. So I wonder, for those of us or you who are starting, if you don't yet have the book, maybe he does an ebook too. So at least if it's coming in the mail, we could still work through this. So, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I purchased the book, though. Like for them, I wanted the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like having, because then you can see like his webinar scripts. My bookmark.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then I can write information or highlight or,
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, that is all I have for you today. So we finished a little bit early. I'm gonna, hopefully this recording will render properly and we'll be able to get it up there. So it'll be available to anyone in the future. Probably not until next week, but we'll see. No, I'm just kidding.
Where do you get it up?
It'll go, so it'll download from Zoom and then it'll upload to, it'll be unlisted on my private YouTube channel. And then it'll go into the Teachable. Since this one was kind of like a special training, this one's recorded, but most of the live trainings, we don't record. It's kind of like just a live, yay, you're on if you missed it, that sucks. So this one though, fingers crossed, it will be up on the Teachable, and I'll put it in a module like special trainings or something as soon as it's up. Okay.
Okay. Are all our
No, so any of the other ones we do, like that aren't the special live trainings or like a 2-hour session, those ones aren't recorded. Those are like the live ones. What, did I miss it? I'm sorry, it was cutting out.
I'm talking about this one.
Oh no, this one will be up.
No, is my face gonna be on it?
Oh yeah.
You gotta tell a sister.
I will put a disclaimer.
You know what? I was like, she's recording. Look at me. Oh my gosh.
You gotta tell a sister. Oh, the quote of the day. Oh my gosh. Well, too bad we can't have like filters, you know, like they do on Snapchat, like Zoom filters, make us look all glam. I don't think they do that.
Put my makeup eyelash.
That would be good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead
What's
and
her face? Always